Bryan Fury. A solid candidate for the title of 5th best character in Tekken 7, and for a good reason. But it's almost funny how differently people perceive Bryan. The newcomers, people that are new to Tekken, seriously think that Snake Edge is one of the best moves in the game. Well, I don't think I have to explain why it's not the case. But the problem that I have is with intermediate players. Players that actually know Tekken and how it works. Those guys seem to think that Bryan is not worth the investment if you can't do Taunt, Jet Upper and all these fancy things. So today I will try to do my best explaining why it's not the case. First, let's start with breaking down the Taunt stuff. Obviously you see a lot of these flashy highlights by Knee or Mr. Naps when they run up, do Taunt Jet Upper, and it's so cool, and with the damage that Bryan can output, it's fucking amazing. The problem here is that human memory is very selective and it's kinda biased. See, we remember all these flashy highlights when Knee does run up Taunt Jet Upper and it wins him the round, and it's super cool. However, what we don't remember or don't even notice that in 90% of the cases, those professional Bryan players just cancel the Taunt into something else. This is a very important concept to understand because Taunt on its own is a gamble. It's not gonna turn your mediocre Bryan into a professional, amazing, super purple green mega rank Bryan. No, that's not how it works. In this case, Taunt is just another tool. It's a very powerful tool, I'm not gonna argue about that. But it's just another tool. It's not gonna suddenly solve all your problems. That's not how it works. At this point, you're probably wondering, well, if everybody says that Bryan has a super strong wall game, how are you gonna utilize that without the Taunt stuff? The answer is very simple, back 4. Back 4 is the move that every intermediate player that wants to pick up Bryan is missing. Everybody says, well, if you can't do Taunt Jet Upper and Bryan is kinda Not really, because there's back 4. Back 4 is one of my favorite moves in the game, so let's break it down starting with the frame data. Back 4 is a 16 frame mid that is -10 on block. However, due to pushback, it is pretty much fucking safe. Now, the key to utilizing back 4 and the reason it's so good is the fact that it is +15 on hit, which means that as soon as you get to the wall, you should start looking for that one back 4, because if you land it, you're +15, which means what? Jet Upper. So this is your wall game, this is your wall pressure as Bryan. There is no reason to get intimidated, there's no need to look for all this advanced taunt stuff, because in most cases, one good back 4 is gonna be good enough. The best part about back 4 is that once you grow as a player, you will still be able to find use for it. The thing is, Taunt back 4 is a lot easier to do than Taunt Jet Upper, and if your opponent is at the wall, there's kinda no difference. My point is that if you're new to the Bryan and you're thinking about picking Bryan up, and you're just past your Snake Edge the best move ever stage thing, yeah, don't be intimidated. You don't have to go into the taunt stuff, there's no real need, because there's back 4. Now, since we're talking about back 4, there's one little trick that is super cool and I want to share with you. The thing with back 4 is that it is so much plus on hit in the back that it becomes infinite. Yes, you heard that right. Back 4 in the back becomes infinite. So if you manage to trap your opponent at the wall and they don't tech correctly, waking up with their back exposed, you can just do back 4 into back 4 into back 4 forever. The trick here is that in order for them to avoid it, they have to press a button and turn around. However, turning around will make back 4 hit them right in the face, which grants you free Jet Upper. So basically, if you manage to land one back 4 in your opponent's back at the wall, they are kind of dead. They might just as well put the controller down and give up. Anyway guys, I hope I helped you to make up your mind. Seriously, everybody's like, well, if you can't do taunt stuff, then Bryan is not worth it. That's not really the case, because there is back 4, and it's amazing. So if you're a newcomer and a new player to Bryan and you're thinking about it, don't get intimidated because there's back 4, and it will save you at the wall in plenty of instances. If you have any questions, feel free to ask him. I'll do my best to help you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.